In a world with an overkill of sports podcasts, two men are brave enough to make one more. A show where topics are endless and brackets are king. Fan stream sports and the Rink brothers invite you to help make decisions of a lifetime. Where the choice between Fruity Pebbles and the DuckTales theme song can change the course of human history. Sports has a new face. Podcasts have a new enemy. And the world has new heroes in March Chadness.
Welcome in to March Chadness. We're your hosts. He says tomato, I say tomato. He is Nate, I am Chad. Together, we're the Rink brothers. Nate, how was your weekend?
We got the basement back together. We're getting life back together, so can't complain.
Gotcha.
I still do though.
Yeah. So, did you find the leak yet, or is it just like, hey, it's not leaking right now? And
No, I got a buddy that's going to come over and look at it, but yeah, the rain has subsided for a little bit, so it can wait. But I'm in touch with him, and he's pretty sure he can find out where the leak is coming from.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah, Sarah and Emily left today with their friends to go to Jellystone here in Ohio. There's a Jellystone about an hour. It's in Mount Gilead or something in Ohio, not the one down in Tennessee. So they left. They're going to be not back till Tuesday. We had 2 graduation parties today. So it's going to be just the boys' week here for a couple days. So it's kind of exciting on that. So we do have a big show. I think we're gonna do a couple things here. We're gonna do a new segment. I think we'll kind of start in here to maybe start the show called 2-Minute Takes, where Nate and I will talk about sports stuff that's going on, mostly sports stuff. There may be something that goes on that we have to just talk about that's not sports related, but and just kind of we'll each give like up to 2 minutes of just what we think about this certain thing. Then we are going to, if you read the comment on the thumbnail, we are going to fix all 4 major sports leagues today. It is Sunday evening and not our normal Sunday afternoon, just too much stuff going on. So hopefully I have more than 8 viewers from our Friday evening one, but oh well, it's okay. You can catch it later. So on these 2-minute takes, Nate, are you ready?
Yeah, as ready as I'll ever be.
Exactly. All right. So first one, I talked to you about this. You had not seen it. The sports betting platform Underdog did a little TikTok, Instagram. It was pretty funny. They had Dylan Brooks on there, and they unveiled this new game that is called Unethical Hoops. And it basically is the operation game, but it had a cartoon of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it had like probably six or 7 different holes. It was very similar to the game Operation. Holes had a basketball in each hole, and then you had little tweezers that had hands on it, and then you would try to get the ball out like you would in the game Operation, the different bones. If you would hit the sides, there's a picture of a ref with a whistle in his mouth. The red light would go on. It would be a foul. It was funny. The little thing was funny. I think they were going to give it away to somebody that commented or whatever. They weren't selling these. SGA's legal team sent them a cease and desist order, basically based on the NIL, name, image, likeness rules, that kind of thing. I have no problem with Shai doing that because, again, if someone's going to use your image, likeness, and make money off of it, then you should have some involvement in it. What do you think about the whole concept of the game? Have you seen the video yet?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. And I don't know how his people approached it. If they approach it like, hey, yeah, this is funny, and if you are going to make this, obviously Shai wants a cut.
Right.
And maybe they said no, and they're like, we're doing a cease and desist. But I'm pretty sure that's probably not how it happened. It was probably just, you can't do this. If he were to take a good approach and just be a good sport about it, it would be hilarious. Everybody would probably appreciate him more. Like, yeah, that's funny. Hey, if you're going to make him, I better get a cut,
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that they went on the offensive first. So I'm sure that's how it went. And that's not the way to approach it.
No, and like I said, again, I don't dislike Shea. He kind of seems like he's a pretty cool dude. Just the flopping incident thing. So it's just I'm not a lawyer. I do not play one on TV. Underdog, I believe, because I can't get Underdog in Ohio to bet on, but I believe they have their images of the players you can bet on. So they somehow have to have some sort of agreement. I don't know what's going on. I will not take credit for this. I heard somebody else on another podcast talk about this and said the biggest fail of the whole thing is they should have named the game, instead of Unethical Hoops, they should have named it Flopperation. That would have been it.
It's right there.
That's right there. Like, how do you fumble that? So I just thought that was funny, interesting. We'll go into next. Speaking of Shea, we'll talk about the OKC San Antonio. San Antonio wins Game 7. They're in the NBA Finals against the Knicks. Did you watch any of that game last night?
I watched all of it.
Okay. Shea was unreal.
Well, actually, from the second quarter on, we were at the Finals Festival. So, yeah, I saw 3 quarters.
There you go. I was the same way. I doing other stuff going on, putting Emmy to bed, whatever, and then I watched second quarter on. So I thought it was a good game. Shea was unreal. Shea is so good. He is so good. He took over. Chet took 2 shots, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we hey, Chet, how I thought you and Wemby were such a problem for any generation, and you were out in the last 2 minutes of a crucial Game 7.
Yes. Let me tell you this right now. Shaq is not a great defender or anything like that. He could handle 2 shots from Chet. He could handle that, I think. Wemby was just okay. Wemby wasn't great. He's always going to be a presence, a threat on the defensive end, but he did not have this amazing game. How do you say? Like,
the supporting cast was great. They shot.
Champagne was great. Yeah.
They shot as a team. They shot 43% from the 3-point line. They were 17 of 40.
Yeah.
So that
was 6 for 9.
Yeah. And it's crazy to watch Wemby. Just guys will have what you think is a wide open 3, and he's damn near at the top of the point. It'll take 2 steps, and the guys have to adjust their shot. So
right.
Yeah, just his presence out there is presence enough.
Exactly. He turns everybody on breaks. If they even sense that Wemby's around, they all turn into Ben Simmons, and they won't shoot a layup. But I tell you, a couple of the things I want to hit on. Number one, shout out to Dylan Harper after Caruso fouled. What's his name? It's not Vassell. It's the other guy. I can't. I'm drawing a blank, but fouled him hard. It was a regular foul. I'm glad they didn't upgrade it. It wasn't malicious. He just pulled him down because, like, dude, you don't want him up. He was gonna get up and fight Caruso, and Dylan Harper comes flying in, sliding, hugging him like, dude, we cannot have you get ejected from this game.
Yeah,
so
the rookie guy with the dress.
Yes,
I saw that happen,
it begins with a C. I can't think of it right now. 2, shout out to Luke Cornett with that huge block that could have changed the game if they got that steal. That same guy, I think, made a little play, and then Cornett blocks it. I mean, that could have been a game-changing, momentum-changing play. So shout out.
I was watching it live with Grayson, and when I saw him attack, I was like, yeah, and he got it, and I was like, that's what you do. I was like, that guy knows he's only in for 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes tops, and even if I get the foul and stop the shot, then I did my job. So, yes, you play hard when you know you're limited on minutes. That was a great block.
Exactly. I'm going to call it the second greatest block in NBA playoff history behind LeBron's The Block. And then it just like, again, if it's a regular season game and you're up like 10, 11, and there's 5 seconds left and you go make a layup dunk, it's kind of like a penis move. However, when Vassell did that last night, I loved it. It was a hard-fought series. OKC fans, it was 7 seconds left. You were up by 6. They weren't trying to get the ball back, but I love just throwing it down at the end. We beat you. We're going to the finals, the excitement. Normally, I'd be like, yeah. And even then, I don't even care. Like, I'm tired of guys that just not playing it till the end. But it was very cool. I like that. So the big one I want to talk about is football is coming around the corner, but like Josh Jacobs has alleged battery charges, domestic abuse charges, and then strangulation. That sounds like
big.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really good hang.
Yeah. So, those are some serious charges.
Yes.
However, you hear, oh, it's an NFL player. That's probably par for the course. But my thing with this is, I think the NFL is had for a while. The NFL has a problem with this. Like, I was talking to you. I think I texted my buddy Dave, who's in the sports world. You don't hear any kind of. When's the last time you heard a scandal from an NHL player? I can't even think of one. No. I can't even think of one. I think the only one I can think of is the one guy that was mad and kind of threw his skate up and slashed the guy's throat on the ice. That was so. I don't even remember all the details on that.
Well, we should. That's why they decided they should probably start canceling Happy Gilmore as a movie, because he used the skate as a weapon, and now,
right,
these kids nowadays,
right. But the NFL has a problem, right, with domestic violence. Like, it seems like almost every other year there seems to be some guy. You had Joe Mixon, Ray Rice. It's always running back. What's up with the deal with running backs? It seems there's always running backs. They have a problem, but they don't seem to want to address it, talk about it, or really make any kind of punishment for it. Like, I don't understand why the NFL just doesn't, like, they put the end racism, end violence in the end zone, but I don't know what kind of, it's going to come with Jacobs, any kind of suspension, whatever. But I think Ray Rice ended up playing back again. Joe Mixon was in the league last year. He was just not good and didn't play, but he never really had any, stuff. And his, Joe Mixon.
I think Mixon's happened when he was in college.
It was in college. Yeah. So I guess that's why he didn't have it, but still still gets drafted, whatever. But the thing I want to talk about this is, number one, the NFL, they need to have some sort of, because it's not a good look. And it tends to happen all the time. One thing I want to talk about this is the Jackson. I don't want to get into the Jackson Dart thing because I don't want to get too political, and that could be this is already going more than 2 minutes anyways, but dude, we could do a whole show on that dynamic, but you'd have to get into a whole bunch of different things. What I want to talk about is the Jackson Dart situation is getting more airtime. People are talking more about it on other shows. Like The View, even Joy Behar said that Jackson Dart should be fired from the NFL. Here's the thing about Joy Behar. When Joy Behar in the 80s was at the peak of her comedy as a stand-up, she was probably the 9th funniest female comic. And there was only 7 of them. And I would have put her behind Cousin Jerry from The Facts of Life. She was never relevant. And then now, I always think anytime anybody, but especially Joy Behar on The View talks, I just immediately, when they have an opinion, immediately think of the Wayne Knight meme from Jurassic Park. Oh, Joy Behar speaking. See, nobody cares. Nobody cares about Joy Behar. Why you but my point is, there's more outrage on this Jackson Dart situation because he spoke at a Trump rally and then Abdul Carter said what he said, than on the Josh Jacobs situation, which is crazy that we live in this, just unbelievable. We don't live in a proper world. Here's the thing about Abdul Carter. And Abdul Carter can say what he wants to say. That's fine. We live in a free country. Everyone can say what they want to say. They have their opinions. But here's the thing. I have a deal with Abdul Carter, Nate. When, Abdul Carter was drafted last year in the NFL, he drafted to the Giants. He wanted to get Lawrence Taylor's number 56 to wear because he admired him and that kind of stuff. Nate, back in 2024, Lawrence Taylor spoke somewhere. Do you remember where that was?
I believe it was at the White House.
It was at the White House. It was a Trump function that Lawrence Taylor talked about how he's no longer a Democrat because of Trump. And I remember when all that stuff is going on with Abdul Carter and LT. LT is like, no, you're not going to wear my jersey number. And Abdul Carter tweeted out, hey, no worries, no big deal. Nothing but respect. So he wanted to wear, and again, all this happened after LT had spoke at that Trump thing. So
correct. I believe they even hugged and,
yeah. So he has a problem with his quarterback being at a Trump rally, just, introducing him, saying, he admires, respects Trump, whatever. But then he has no problem saying he respects LT, wants to wear his jersey number, even though LT did the exact same thing. This is what the problem is with this world, is just everything is stupid because no one ever uses logic and reason anymore on anything. And everyone's got to jump to an opinion and no one talks. So I don't want to dive in more of that. I just find it interesting that the people that are outraged about Jackson Dart aren't outraged about what Josh Jacobs has done.
I haven't heard anything about the Jacobs thing since the day he got
just the news sources, and it's the sports news sources. No one else is really talking about it.
By the way, people from The View, the Google machine exists. I can YouTube all of you hugging and kissing Donald Trump when he first was starting to run, when everybody thought it was going to be a joke. So you can't be friends with this guy and have him on your show, and then all these years later be like, he's the demon, and any football player who likes him and goes to the White House to meet the president. It's not like, should be an honor for anybody, even if you didn't vote for the guy. All right.
I'm glad you brought that up, because if I had a chance to go to the White House to meet the president, I don't care if it was someone I did not vote for or despise. It's an honor. Again, I would not endorse him if I didn't endorse him. But I don't want to get too deep into it, because then you start getting all this stuff. I just found out interesting that we're not as mad about women getting abused.
Alleged severe domestic violence. This
alleged. It is alleged, but we also live in a day and age where anytime a news story comes out, everyone has to have their opinion immediately before any other evidence comes out. So it's just interesting. I felt that that's what I want to talk about on the show today. We could have a whole nother podcast on that situation, because there's so many layers I would love to talk about, but this is not any kind of political one. So, all right. I chatted with you. I thought it'd be fun because we have baseball's just starting, football's in the offseason, getting ready to start, NFL or NBA, NHL are ending. Let's talk about what we would do to fix the four major sports that we have. Soccer, I don't care. It's soccer, whatever. It's the most popular sport. It seems fine. The only thing I say is stop flopping, which they've kind of figured it out a little bit. So I want to start with the NHL, because I think that's the most simple. I don't follow the NHL like the other ones. The only thing I would do with the NFL is I think just get better marketing. I think that's really it. It's a great product. I talked to my buddy who is a huge NHL fan. I think they have the best officiating. You never hear big issues about blown calls, anything like that. And I think they have the most down-to-earth players, really. They seem all pretty cool. Like we talked about, there's been no scandals on that. And I love hockey because they just allow fighting in the middle of it. You get 2 minutes or 5 minutes and you're back. I love it. So I don't know if you had any thoughts on NHL.
No, I agree with everything you said. The biggest problem is not being able to see the puck that well. The only way you could fix it is somehow, the cameras are going to get better. If you can get just closer angles that can move and keep up with everything. Because remember, they tried for a little while to have the light up puck.
Yeah,
and that tracer on it, and
that was very annoying.
It made it worse.
I tell you what,
or people need to just see hockey live. The people that have never seen hockey live, they're never going to want to watch it on TV. But you go to one live event and you see hockey, you're like, these dudes are crazy impressive athletes. They're linebackers that are graceful on skates.
Yep.
Yeah, and they are marketing, and maybe, I don't know, they're doing everything kind of right. So
yeah, they are. And again, with hockey, and if you go see a hockey, I went in the same year. I went and saw the Blue Jackets here in town. I saw them from the very top row, and we were about at center ice. It's great watch. I love watching all sports up top to see everything going, especially basketball. I will sit up top all the time, watch basketball. And then my buddy Jeff Thidoff, who we're going to do the Fantasy Football Island show, should be starting back up this week here on FanStreamSports.com. He had, because he works for the Fan, also the radio station, and he had seats that were 3 rows behind the glass on the blue line. That's phenomenal, first of all. So there's not a bad thing. I will say, the more you watch hockey, because I've noticed this too, you kind of get a feel for the puck. It's just more you watch it. You just, okay, this is where it's at. You kind of understand where it's going, angles and that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's go. What are some of your ways you can fix the NBA? We're about done with the season this year. We got the finals are upon us. What are some things to fix the NBA?
The biggest thing that they have to fix is it should be officiated the same way it is at the grade school level, the junior high level, the high school level, the college level. I will never understand how at the highest level of this sport, we just allow traveling. But I've coached at high school level, yeah, just Kiwanis, but I've coached from 5-year-olds to 18-year-olds, and I've watched enough college basketball to know they don't let any of that nonsense slide. And the fact that you get to the highest level and it's just like whatever you want to do is nonsense. That's the biggest fix that they could do. And there's other stuff we can talk about. If you want to talk about too many threes, I don't know. After 40, it's a technical. I don't know, something crazy that would never happen. But watching the last few games, the flopping they've kind of been letting them play in those last few games of the OKC San Antonio.
Yeah.
So I think that the league and the refs are hearing that because they're letting them play a little more and letting guys complain and just letting it go. It is the traveling that has driven me crazy since Patrick Ewing, and it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, it is, because I watch a lot of high school basketball because I've had now 3 kids that have played, and again, they don't let any of that. Like, dude, sometimes like that's a Eurostep, old ref. You should allow that, but they don't allow any of the stuff, carrying that kind of stuff. So that is it. With the flopping, they have it. Last year they put in place, or 2 years ago they put in place flopping. If they notice, hey, you did flop, it's a technical. There are stuff. There's fines. And I guess over the last 3 years, when they first did it, I think there were 26 violations that they did call on people. I think last year there were 11. This year they're only 6. So they're just not calling the stuff that they should call. And they need to do what soccer did. Soccer really cracked down on it because I think they kept hearing it. And then now it's like there's more serious things. I think what they should do, and it's gonna kind of come in. I'll hit that in a second. But what the biggest thing that NBA needs to do is go back. They need to have 20 teams. There's just not enough good players in the NBA, and the product sucks. It just does. I have no problem shooting threes, but I think we have too many bad players that try to shoot. It's just bad. Go to 20 teams, no divisions. You just have 2 conferences. Because of all the like baseball and football, like NBA, like no one's like, oh yeah, we're 4-time Atlantic Conference champion, like Atlantic Division champions. No one cares in the NBA about the division. So 10 teams on each side, and then you still do 8. Let 8 teams make it, and then you've got that would leave 4 non-playoff teams. Those 4 teams get the top 4 picks in worst to first. There's only 4 teams. That's going to eliminate really any tanking, because if you don't make the playoffs, you're going to get the top 4, and it doesn't matter. In most NBA drafts, there's probably only 1, maybe 2 great players in it. So do that. And then this is going to be a theme you'll notice here. I think all the leagues should allow some sort of NHL type fighting rules. Like, could you imagine that play happened like last night? Caruso takes him down, and then they start fighting. Is it Castle? That's who it is, isn't it? Is Castle?
Oh yeah, Stefan Castle. There we go. We got it.
He gets up. He did. He gets up. It's like 24 minutes in. He gets up, and they can start fighting for a little bit. Like, again, like let them fight. No other players come in. The refs can come in a middle bit, and then assess in-game penalties. Don't eject them, but you got to play. Like, you could have power plays on NBA and other things. So if it happens, I don't know how long it would be for the NBA, but like if they fight, like hard foul Caruso, Castle comes up, starts fighting him. Hey, Castle, you're out for, the next, 5 minutes of playtime, which is huge because
2 minutes and 4 minutes for whoever,
Yeah.
It would be,
I have no problem with like 3 and 5. Yeah. 3 and 5, 2, yeah, whatever. Do something like that. And again, if you get a couple, I guess you can get kicked out at that point. But I think fighting, and you'll see it's a theme in the next 2 as well. I would love to see more in-game fighting.
Penalty boxes need to come with this. If I don't get a penalty box in the NBA, I'm going to be mad. If they make the rule that you can fight, but there's not a little box that you just sit in.
No, you got to. Exactly. You can sit, I don't know where you put it. Like you put it I think you put them on each end, and you just wherever you go. That's because then you just if you get on the penalty and your team gets to rebound and you're already down there cherry picking, that would be huge.
Dude, my tickets for the mix game are right behind the penalty box. They're going for
could you imagine that?
$100,000.
You're Spurs fan and you've got Cat in the penalty box and you can just grill him for 3 minutes, that would be phenomenal. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball. What is a couple things you think for baseball? What they need to do? Because I think, yeah.
Go ahead.
It would be ideally 162 games seems a bit much, but they'll never do that because of just the records and that kind of stuff. So that's and the money. And I have no problem. 162 is fine.
No, if guys were doing it while they were, smoking, burning heaters and drinking during games, I don't see why superior athletes can't do it. All right, so don't give me the season's too long. Yeah, no, honestly, I was talking about it with the boys. I'm like, I think baseball is starting to try to fix everything. Unless we want to have fights in a penalty box, then I'm all in for that.
Well, I'll get to that.
All right, but no, I think the pitch clock I thought I wasn't gonna like. I like it. It makes the game go quicker. I the challenge. I didn't think I was gonna like, but I love that it's quick. It's super fast. And they put it on the Jumbotron so you get to hear the crowd react. I love it. Really like it. I think they're fixing a lot of the problems, which I think viewership has been up in Major League Baseball in the last year or two. I got really no beef, except for what you're about to say, which is a genius idea.
Well, there's a couple of things. I was just at the Cubs Pirates game. Noah, Liam, and I broke the Cubs 10-game losing streak. We're at Pittsburgh, and that was the first game I've been at where the pitch clock is great. I love the pitch clock. I didn't think I would like it. It's just smooth. You don't have guys coming in and out of the box every pitch, adjusting everything, doing the Nomar Garcia-Parra thing. I love the challenge is great because you only get so many, and it is quick. It goes up, boom, there. Here's my thing. I think interleague play is done. Just go back to regular. I would rather keep the DHs. I hated the DH, but I'm like, I'd rather not see a pitcher hit as much as the double switches and stuff, but just give me more offense. I think we need to go back to 24 teams. Again, this is another thing where I think the pitching sucks for the most part, and we just have too many players that shouldn't be in the majors. So if we go back to the 24 teams, you get 2 6-team divisions in each league, and then you just go division winners and the next 2 best teams. Just go back to 4 playoff teams too. Have that format. Fewer teams. You got 162 games. You know who the best teams are. We don't need a wild card. It's the 2 division winners in each league, and then the next 2 best teams, and they could be any 2. And I think we should bring back blocking home plate and breaking up double plays at second. Because here's the thing.
I'm all for it.
I miss that because you watch old stuff like, dude, that dude broke up that double play. Guy was safe at first. Next time guy gets hit, they win a game. It's part of the game. And the problem was it was because Buster Posey got hurt. It was like, again, of the number of times in the entire major leagues that someone got really, really injured because of a collision at home plate is so minuscule. But because it was Buster Posey at the prime of him being one of the best players in the league, we had to, oh my gosh, if that would have been a guy like Barry Foote or like,
why is Barry Foote catching strays, man?
If it was okay, if it was Kelly from our team, if it was a backup catcher or something, no one's gonna care.
What if it was Hector Villanueva? How would you feel about it?
He probably wouldn't have because the guy would have bounced off Hector Villanueva because the dude was like 320 pounds. So bring those back. I think it'd be fun. Plus, then if you bring those back, you know what that could lead to? In-game fights.
Penalty box.
Penalty box would be great. In-game fights. And I think for that one, whenever that happened, like they can't play for like the next full inning. So if they can't field, so if it's your second baseman, figure it out. They can't play. And then if they're at bat, whatever their at bat is, but the next time they're in the field, you got 8 players out in the field. I love that rule. And then if their at bat comes up,
he's so awesome.
If their at bat comes up, it's just an out. Just like
another shorthanded at bat for the Mets. Let's see if they can hit it in the
in rec league softball, you have one few players, just an automatic. Could you imagine bases loaded in the 8th in a tough situation? Guy gets because then you would be like, oh, I'm just going to intentionally walk this guy because that's better. It would be fun. And then let's go NFL. NFL, like they can't really do anything wrong because you can like almost kill a female and you're okay. But what are some things in the NFL that you would like to see changed?
I think the helmet, the hand of the helmet stuff on the quarterbacks. Like, I know we're protecting the quarterbacks, but if you see a guy who's just kind of flailing, he's going by and he just smacks the helmet, not even intentionally, we gotta knock that stuff off. There's clearly targeting a quarterback after he threw it, and then there's just, look, I'm trying to get out of the way. Yeah. I think that should be, that should be a case by case. I think they should bring back the challenging the no call, because yes, we tried it for a year, and it's like, all right, even if it is in there for 10 years, but it's the Saints game. If you were the Saints and it changes it, even if it only happens once in a decade, it should be a rule to go like, oh, this was egregious. All right. Yeah. To do I hate it when they do we tried it for a year and all the challenges didn't come out. And it's like, well, okay, but what about the one time it does? And I think anything that is even close to debatable in real time when the refs are calling it, if it's questionable, consider it a catch. And then if you do the replay and it's clear it got trapped or was on the ground, I think it should just be, because there's so many that are clearly what I would consider a catch, that it's like, well, it's inconclusive. And it's like, but if we just called it a catch in real time and then we didn't see anything that can clearly ever change it, it just make everything a catch. Right. That is debatable at the time.
Right. All right. I want to go back to just 2 wild card teams. Like, the divisions are fine. We don't need that extra wild card. Like, again, like what are we doing here? Back to just 2 wild card teams and the division winners. I kind of dig what the UFL is doing with you can go for either 1, 2, 3, or 4 points. And I would rather just like do away with kicking extra. Like, again, field goals are fine. I still think field goals are a big part, but extra points, they moved it back to hopefully more people go for 2, and no one does. They still kick it. It's not exciting to watch a guy kick. I would just rather, a 1 point, you get the ball at the 1, 2 point, you get it at the 2, 3 point, you get it at the 5. And if you want a 4 point, you get it at the 7, and you run a play.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do in flag football. It's are you going for 1 or 2, and you're either many yards or you're further back. Yeah. And if you're going for 1, you're closer, but you have to throw, so you can't just do some trickeration run play. And if you're going for 2, you can run a throw, but you're twice the distance back. I'd be down for that. Yep.
And then I think replace the onside kick with it. Just that they've talked about. I think the UFL may be doing this too, doing a 4th and 15, and you can only do an onside kick in the 4th quarter. And you just do that. I would rather see that than, because no one ever gets onside kicks anyways. And the only great onside kick was the Saints in that Super Bowl against the Colts. Was phenomenal.
Come out in the second half, nobody saw it coming.
Exactly. You gotta concentrate the bye weeks. Week 6 through 10. This bye week from week like 4 through week 13 is ridiculous. Just 6 to 10. You've got 32 teams. You get 5 teams off those weeks, and then you add 1 more in 2 of those weeks. You got to concentrate that, because it's not fair for a team to get a week 4 bye, and then also like it may help a team to get a later bye. So concentrate those. I'm kind of done with Thursday night football. It's just, I like watching on Thursday, but it's still not great. And so Thursday night should just be.
Have you ever had a guy really tear it up on a Thursday night football in your fantasy football? It's always like, crap. And if they are going to do the buys this many weeks, have them align with the Thursday night football games. So that's, but you're right with Thursday night football. It's great to have, but it's never a great output.
No, it was just that one. I think that one, the Rams Chiefs game. Or there's the one game. It was like 50-49. But then I think you got to have opening day. Thursday is fine. The 3 Thanksgiving games are a must. And obviously, then I would say take that Thursday slot. And if you take the Thursday games, I think we should do away with the international games because it's stupid. But the only thing good about the international games is the 9:30 kick. So I'm like, why not take those Thursday games? Just put 1 game on at 9:30 on Sunday. Like, how great is that to have that one standalone game still? And then it's an early, like, then your whole Sunday is that. And then that's what I do. They won't do it because of the money, but, and then maybe fights in football. If you do fight though, you got to, the fighting thing is like when the gloves come off, you got to take the helmet off. That means you're in a fight. There's like a match when the gloves come off. And the same thing, if there's a fight, penalty for the entire the entire series at the fight, like, whatever, you got the next series or whatever. You're down one player.
If you let them fight on the field, we might stop domestic violence. All right, we're doing the world a favor with this idea.
That is a great point, Nate. All right, we're heading to the bracket this week's bracket, and I'm glad we fixed all the sports. So all the heads of the sports that are watching this, 3 of you are watching, so it's probably Manford and Goodell and Silver. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Change it.
You're welcome. All right, fellas.
You're welcome. So March Chadness is all about. Hey, we have a East-West Bowl name bracket. I am excited about that. Let's go ahead to the bracket. We love the bracket, y'all. They talking bracket, y'all. They talking bracket, y'all. We love the bracket, y'all. All righty. Before we hit the bracket, Nate, do you know what winning teams and your lawn care have in common?
No, Chad, do tell.
They both need consistency, and that's what today's sponsor, Clippers Lawn Care, can bring to your yard with their professional mowing and landscaping services. Clippers Lawn Care is reliable, hardworking, and detail-focused, serving Cincinnati and the surrounding areas. So if your lawn needs a fresh start this season, contact Clippers Lawn Care today at 513-675-9528. That's Clippers Lawn Care, 513-675-9528. Or go to the website at clipperslawncare.net. All right. This is a fun one. And it's going to be interesting because it's just names and there's not really going to be any kind of history about it. So I am going to bring the bracket.
Before we start, can I say something? I'm very proud that we kept every one of those segments to 2 minutes.
No, that was the 2 minute takes were like the that was just the first three. Which
I know. I still don't think they were.
It was the 2 minute takes are more like the last 2 minutes of an NBA game. 2 minutes. So just
forever
for going forward, just so you know. All right, let's bring the bracket in here. Let's go over the entire bracket. 32 names. Number one overall seed. Should be a surprise to nobody that watches Key and Peele and watch the East-West Bowl sketch. Hingle McCringleberry, number one overall seed. He's going to go up against Ibrahim Moises. You got Jammy Jam against Osmataz Buckshank. You got Drunk Flugget against Quiznatad Bidness. Swordless Mimetown at 5 against the 12. Xmas Jackson Flaxen Waxen. Fartel Cluggins is the 3 against Splendiferous Finch. Beezer 12 Washing Beard against Skoish Velociraptor Maloish. Quackadilly Blip against Hakalakanaka.
Hakalukanaka.
See, Nate has been practicing that one. So against him, he will be doing that name for the remainder of the show. Nyquilus Dilwad against the Isaiah T. Billings Clyde. And then that rounds out the top one. The other number one seed is Bismo Funyuns against Jack Marius Tac Theratrix. Some of these are
Let me
like
start reading them off because I got this.
All right, you can finish up.
We got Squeeps going against Wingdings. Then we got Cartoons Plural going against the 13 seed Fudge. Then we got DePez Poopsie going against the Glester Hardunkachud. We got at the 3 spot the player formerly known as Mousecop going against Sagittariat Jefferson. We got Devoyne Shower Handle at the 6 going against Grunky Peep at the 11. 7 seed, we got Ty Royal Smoochie Wallace going against Donkey Teeth. Then at the 2 and 15, we got Murgatroyd Skittle going against Biscuitween Triscuit.
There you have it. Nice job, Nate, finishing that up. All right, so this sketch is great. The story behind it, too, is phenomenal.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Do you know it?
I do, but you're the host. You
well,
do.
No, you could go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and do. You did such a good job on the names. You can go ahead and fill us in, and I'll fill in any spots missing.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong anywhere.
Okay.
I don't know if they were watching a game together because I guess Jordan Peele's not a big sports guy, and Keegan Michael
He is not.
And so I don't know if they were watching a game or he just made this aware to him on, how funny some of the names are. Well,
I think
the Jabricka Fergusons of the world.
Yes, because that was Jordan Peele was playing Madden and came to Michael. He was like, "Have you seen some of these names in this Madden?" Like Jabricka Ferguson, and Peele was like, "You have no idea." And then he told him about the in the beginning games when guys introduce themselves, and that's how it started. And then
Keegan Michael Key said that Jordan came the next day. I think
it was like that day or that week. Yeah, but I think it was like that next day.
He goes, he came up with all the names. I believe Keegan Michael Key said he's the only one who came up with Dan Smith, but all Jordan Peele's just brain creations. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is phenomenal. So that's where we're at. So again, Hingle McCringleberry, Ibrahim Moises. Everyone knows Hingle McCringleberry. They did another sketch of him doing the 2 pumps in the touchdown for the end zone. You're only allowed 2, and then the third one, which is another great sketch. And it also then it led to the NFL because someone on the lines did 3. got flagged for it. It's such a great name. It's going on.
It is, but I just want to say, me personally, I have Ibrahim Moises over everybody but maybe 2 or 3 in this. Ibrahim Moises is, because it's not Abraham, it's Ibrahim Moises.
Yeah.
I love that one very much. I say that one a lot, but it is not beaten. Hingle McCringleberry.
No, yeah, that's weird because I put it at. It's so
There's
hard
no way to put them in because they're all good. So
right,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, and then it's not letting me move these. I don't know what is going on. Maybe
I can keep track.
No, well, yeah, I can too. I don't know why it's not. Let me see. Maybe I messed up something there. There we go. There we go. Now it's fine. All right, Jammy or Jammy against Osmataz Buckshank.
Osmataz Buckshank all the way. Jammy is fun, but Osmataz Buckshank is priceless.
Yeah, Jammy is fun, but no, that is a better name. And that's kind of where we're going. What's the better name? The Osmataz Buckshank is so good. Strunk Flugget against Quiznatad Bidness. I will say my son Xander loves Strunk Flugget. He would just randomly do that Strunk Flugget. And we did one year. There's one of friends of ours at church with the kids and some of the youth kids and stuff do a fantasy league every year. It's just free. And that was one of the themes was the East West Bowl names, and Xander's was Strunk Flugget. So I love Strunk Flugget. Quiznatad Bidness is also great though. So do you have a lean either way?
I think the reason Strunk Flugget is so funny is Strunk Flugget.
I think it's the way he says it. I think that's really how it is. And I think if we take
Quiznatad Business, he's like Quiznatad Business. Yeah. I do say business a lot. I mean business.
Business. Do you argue? Because I think Strunk Flugget gets a lot of bump because of how it's said, but I think you might be right. Quiznatad Business, I think, is the better name.
It is the better football name.
Yeah.
Quiznatad Business.
Let's go Quiznatad Business. All right. You've got Swordless Mime Town against Xmas Jackson Flaxen Waxen. I'm a big Swordless Mime Town fan. Again, the Xmas Jackson Flaxen Waxen is fun to say, but Swordless Mime Town, the thought process behind
ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. And I'm going with Mr. Mime Town on this matchup.
I am as well.
All right. This was Fart Truck Cluggins is great because it has the word fart in it, and that's always great. And then Cluggins, it kind of fits like a clogged toilet kind of sound. And I think Splendiferous Finch is a great name, but I don't know. It sounds more like if you were going to make a play about like a baron or a prince, then Splendiferous Finch all the way.
And I think that's why he says it the way he does. Splendiferous Finch.
Like, and I think he was probably from something like Yale or Brown or something like that too. He got that.
Fartrell Cluggins.
I do like Fartrell Cluggins because again, anytime you can throw bodily functions into a name, that's going to bump it up a little bit.
We're simple creatures. Give me Fartrell.
We are simple creatures. Fartrells never get old. Beezer 12 Washing Beard, the 6th seed against Skoish Velociraptor Maloish. I love the use of Velociraptor as the middle name. But Beezer 12 Washing Beard is, I think it's phenomenal. I just love it so much. And the fact he did not have a beard.
Yeah, it is great that he doesn't have a beard. And I love both of these. So just so we can get some other people, what we got, 4 people watching involved. I think Skoish Maloish would just be a funny name. Skoish Maloish. But then you had Skoish Velociraptor Maloish.
Yep.
I think they went the extra
They
stuff.
did.
Beezer 12 Washing Beard is very funny. So
all right,
I'm going to go with Velociraptor.
All right, let's go to the chat. There's 6 of you watching. If you want to throw it in there, and if I can look it up, we'll see who's there. I will still send it to the chat that we usually have. And then we'll go the next one. You can do the next one because I'm never going to say that name right.
I'm never going to be able to do it as good as Jordan Peele does. I'm just
how many times have you probably practiced that too?
We got Quackadiddly Blip going against Hakaluka Naka Naka, Hakaluka Naka Hika Naka Luka Haka Naka Faka, Hawaii. I'm gonna send this. I will add to. I have a text group of like my grown up kids. I think it's called Out of the House Kids. I will send it to them. There we go. Out of the House. Send it to 3 of them. Are you leaning the guy who is obviously from Hawaii? It does. I know it's coming, and it's a simple joke. It's not even really that clever, but it makes me laugh out loud every single time. So I am leaning towards Hakaluka Naka, Hakaluka Naka Vika Naka Huka Naka Vaka.
I think I'm with you there too, because I'm not like the other one is like Quackadiddly Blip's fine, but I do like that one. The finish out the top region, Nyquilus Dilwad against D. Isaiah T. Billings Clyde. Do you have a lean?
My lean is the Isaiah T. Billings Clyde because it is hilarious, and it's also the most likely actual real name probably on here. Like a bunch of hyphens and periods and apostrophes. And Nyquilus Dilwad is only hilarious because it is fun to call somebody a Dilwad.
It is fun to call somebody Dilwad. I love the name. That was my name for the league. But something about, and I almost put this one higher, but I was like, something about just the ending of Billings Clyde, like Clyde ending that name.
And it's spelled Clyde, but I believe he pronounces it Billings Claude.
Yeah, I kind of like that. And then anything with the apostrophe in it is great. And then the addition of the initial T is also kind of brilliant. And as much as I love Nyquilus Dilwad just to say it, but I think that the Billings Clyde one is going to advance on this as well. All right, we got Bismo Funyuns and then Jack Marius Tactheratrix, which is a mouthful to say.
It really is.
I think Bismo Funyuns is my lean.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Yeah. You want to go to the next one? Like try to get this all. It's a lot to write down.
Yes, it is. A lot of consonants. We got Squeeps going against Wingdings, which I'm glad you just wrote Wingdings in English language. Because...
Exactly. I wonder what I bet you they did do it. I bet you Wingdings on that.
You think they did their due diligence, and that does say Wingdings underneath his face?
Oh, probably. I would have to. I mean, I could do it, and then we can get back to people on it. But
Key and Peele are two of the 4 guys on here. Let us know.
Let us know. Let us know. I did this on purpose, just the one name ones. As great as Wingdings is, like Squeeps is just great. All right, Squeeps moves on. You got cartoons, plural, and fudge. I think, and you and I talked about this with fudge. Again, I think it's great because of how he said it. And the first time it came out of nowhere, and it hit hard because he just, the way he looked, and he says fudge, but
it's how he says it. It's the fact that he's the only person I think in all of this that doesn't say a school that he's from. He just says fudge. And then it's hilarious when the announcers are like, I can't get enough of fudge.
Exactly.
I think that's what, so those things combined make fudge really great, but cartoons plural is the most ridiculous. Maybe of all of them.
It is. And I just would love to sit down and have them on the show and be like, all right, did you come up with the cartoons first? And then we're like, it's just plural. It's this cartoon. Like how to come up with some of these names. Because I will tell you right now, my buddy Dave and I, which we talk about on the show almost every episode, when we were growing up, we made up leagues. And we would either play them like out, he and I would just play it, or we'd have dice games, or when Nintendo came out with RBI Baseball, we would play it on that. But we made up players' names. Like we had a guy named Blue Cola. And a lot of what we did, we just went through the phone book. So those who don't know, there was these books that would come in the
what a phone book is.
And that's a phone book. It have everybody's name who decided to put their name in the phone book. So we would use that and just come up. And it's weird trying to come up with like it. It just, you get on a roll on some stuff, and like with Funyuns, you see Funyuns, you think about Funyuns, and you just do it. And I still to this day like doing it. And then my kids and their one buddy do that, and they play because we have a hoop out in the driveway, and we lower it. And I told them when they were making this up, I said, you cannot call it low hoop. We have the rights to the name low hoop. We have been doing low hoop since in the mid 80s. So they call it tiny buckets, which I do love so much. But it's so much fun to come, like just sit down and try to make up cool, fun names that aren't just too ridiculous, but aren't normal. It's a good time. So
between this week and next week, I'll try and find the triple Yahtzee things from when we were all growing up in high school that I still have the names for.
We did do the names. We made up names when we played triple Yahtzee. So
I think one of the best names ever invented was in PGA Tour golf on the Sega Genesis. Was it your guy who was Chip Driver?
Yes, I still use Chip Driver every time when I play golf. It's a great golf name. It's one of those things you just do. Like I got some. This is kind of sidetracked, but I don't care. I got some games. It was like this board house website, and they have these dice games that it's baseball, football, and basketball, and it's pretty fun because it's like there's not really, there's some strategy, but like they've got like the one side like has a white dice, 2 blue dice, and then depending what the number is on each, like the offense rolls 1, defense rolls 1, and you go down, okay, 2 down because the dice, the white die was 2, 8 across because the blue dice were 8, and then that tells you what it was, like 2-yard gain, interception. It looked fun, so I got all of them, and I thought it'd be fun for like to play with my kids and stuff. And I thought about like, can we just make up names? So I've started making up names for this league that it may just be me playing. And I printed out scorecards and stuff. Cause I'm like, I'm not going to buy the score books. I'm just going to print up the scorecards and stuff. So
because we use our time wisely here at March Chadness.
We do. People. And I'll tell you right now, once I read the rules and get playing stuff, it's coming down to the cottage when we come down, and we will just do that. So you guys start making your own team names up.
I'm on top of it.
Exactly. All right. The Pez Poopsie, another butt name against the Glester Hardunkachud. Okay.
Rolls right off the tongue.
It does. The Pez Poopsie is phenomenal because it has Pez and Poopsie and the D apostrophe. And then it's a D apostrophe off. The Glester is funny, but Hardunkachud is kind of great because you've got the word hard and dunk and then the great movie Chud at it. And I want to hope he thought, how can I put the word Chud in? Because that would just be it. So
I guarantee you it is, because in one of the Jordan Peele horror movies, I think it's the Us, It's one of the two, one of his first two. If you're looking at the TV, there's VHS tapes that are next to it, and one of them is Chud. And if you're the director, that is not on accident.
No, you put Chud in there.
Jordan Peele knows what cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers are, and that's why I love him. And I think the Glester Hardunka Chud should go on. I
think so too. I just love that name as much as the Pez Poopsie's funny. Like the Glester Hardunka Chud would be that guy's a shutdown corner. Let me tell you that right now. He's gonna give you some head. He's a head case, but dude, he's gonna lock down your best receiver. So, yeah, I think I would put if I was making a horror movie and I had other movies, Chud would definitely be there, and I think Pumpkinhead would probably have to make it, along with, of course, Sleepaway Camp. All right, one of my favorites, the player formerly known as Mouse Cop, because using the player formerly known as like Prince is great, but then Mouse Cop is such a great name. It reminds me of Parks and Recreation with Mouse Rat. But I tell you, Sagittarius
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson's a fun name. That's a cool name. But I think, dude, using the player formerly known as, and then it was Mouse Cop.
Mouse Cop, which was already a ridiculous name.
It was. Like, if he just had a guy on here named Mouse Cop, it would still probably be a 3 seed. But then you add that he was formerly known as Mouse Cop.
Again, it's a hat on a hat. It's a joke on a joke.
It is a hat on a hat. That's a great reference. I appreciate it. So, you listen to the Lonely Island podcast and Seth Meyers. All right. One of my favorites, which is probably way underseeded, is Devoyne Shower Handle against Grunky Pete. This is a tough one. It's a 6'11", though. Grunky Peep is great. That'd be a name I think I would make up for one of our leagues. I do love Devoyne, because Devoyne, first of all, as a first name with any last name is great. But then you go Shower Handle. It's epic.
Jordan Peele had to think of it. I got to think of one in the shower. What's Devoyne's last name? And he just turns the shower on. It's like Shower Handle.
It's just like he's sitting in the thing thinking, he's just like, I got to come up with this last name. And it's just got the music, and he looks up the shower. It's like, Shower.
I think the Grunky Pete is really funny. Just one, he has the giant mustache, and the way he says it, Grunky Pete. But if it was just like Grunky Pete, it'd still be kind of funny, but it wouldn't be nearly as good as Grunky Pete.
So and the mustache too.
Shower handle, it would be funnier in any way you say it. So I'm leaning Shower Handle.
Okay, and then I believe that was the first name in the first East-West Bowl, Tyroyle Smoochie Wallace and Donkey Teeth, which this is a big time 7-10 matchup.
It is. Donkey Teeth is funny, and he does have the donkey teeth, which of course is. But I do love Tyroyle Smoochie Wallace. The fact that no guy in any sport has had the nickname Smoochie is shocking, because it is a smooth, kind of cool dude.
It is. Smoochie is such a great nickname.
Now you almost can't do it, because I think Key and Peele ruined it. There's
got
to be a football player, basketball player that deserves a Smoochie nickname, and now they can't.
Somebody in the streets of Philadelphia on one of the outdoor courts that is nicknamed Smoochie, and
they named him after me.
And he's got some sweet handles, man. That dude is like point guard mania. All right, Murgatroyd, Skittle, Biscuitine, Triscuit, which I do love both. This is kind of a food off with Skittle and Triscuit. Are you going with Murgatroyd Skittle because it's kind of crazy and great? It's a little bit more ridiculous than Biscuitine, Triscuit, but saying Biscuitine is kind of great. It's like Bisquick and then like any of the teen numbers.
I do like me Murgatroyd Skittle.
Murgatroyd Skittle is
what is great. Murgatroyd?
Heavens to Murgatroyd. That's probably he was watching.
Murgatroyd.
He was probably watching the Laugh Olympics while eating Skittles. He probably was watching the Laugh Olympics right after watching a Marshawn Lynch video about Skittles.
Jordan Peele, chime in. Let us know.
Exactly. I still have not heard about anything. I don't know who. I don't know if one of your buddies. I'm going to add this on here. Shay to Shay, thanks for chiming in. He saw Chud, they saw Chud at the Starlight Drive-In many a moon ago.
Dude. Oh, we still got a drive-in that's only like a half hour away from us. And I
Hey,
would love it. A Starlight
it,
Drive-In. If you get Chud on there, you're gonna have more
yep.
people show up than you
Bring
know.
Sade. Hey, chime in too. I have not heard from my kids that are out of the house. Who wins in the other one we did not have? Is it Chatoite or whoever? Beezer 12, Washing Beard, Scoish, Velociraptor, Malloy. Who do you have? Who do you have? Chime in on the chat. Whoever chimes in first, that's going to win. All right. Hingle McCringleberry, Ozmataz, Buckshank. What a second round tough matchup for McCringleberry.
Yeah, and again, probably three of my favorite names that I say, especially on fantasy football draft day, is Hingle McCringleberry, Ibrahim Moises, and Osmataz Buckshank. So the fact that two of my three favorite had to go up against Hingle McCringleberry is
right.
nonsense. I don't know. I think it's got to be Hingle McCringleberry because
I think so too. I almost want to
hilarious.
take it, but it's got to be an Elite Eight team name.
It's the one that you can say and everybody's going to know what you're talking
Everybody
about.
knows, yeah. Exactly. All right. Quiznatad, Bidness, Swordless, Mimetown. A pretty good matchup.
Yeah, what's more ridiculous and what's just sounds funnier? I don't know.
I can't
Swordless
believe
Mimetown is the more ridiculous one, but I want a football player named Quiznatad Business.
I'm with you. I would have number one. I thought going into this, there's no way I am going against Nyquilus Dilwad, and I did. And then I love Swordless Mimetown, but you're right. Like it's ridiculous. It's funny, but like Quiznatad Business is such a tough name. So I'm with you there. Partly too because like nobody is responding on anything. I sent it to my buddy Harrison from work to see if he would chime in on it. We got to do the next one. We could do it. Do we have another one that we? Oh, we did have another one too.
No, I think we just got one in the waitings. I've been keeping notes. So.
Oh yeah. I just did. Yeah. Is either of those going to beat Fart Trail Cluggins? Do you think? I think I would take whoever wins over Fart Trail Cluggins.
I'd say we're going to do a play-in right here. I'm going to agree with you. We still don't know what it is, but the play-in moves on.
Yeah, the play moves on. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. You got to do this one because you are part Hawaiian.
Hukalaka nuka haka haka, haka luka naki hika laka nuka haka faka.
Hawaii against the Isaiah T. Billings Clyde. I think as much as I can't say it that well, it's got to move on. It's such a like it. It is funny, and I like Billings Clyde, but it's not as good. Not as good. All right. Bismo, Funyuns, and Squeeps.
It's Bismo Funyuns.
It is Bismo Funyuns. So good. All right. Cartoons plural. The Glester Hardunkachud.
Cartoons plural just kills me.
It is funny, and again, like if you met somebody, dude, like there's so many crazy names that are actually in college football now. Like there was a guy that got drafted many years ago, Corn Elder. Like, if you said there was a guy named Cartoons plural that was coming out of like Boise State, I'm like, probably. That makes sense,
right?
All right, this is Mouse Cop player, formerly known as Mouse Cop, Devoyne Shower Handle. Let's go. Is Murgatroyd Skittle beating Smoochie? Are you taking Smoochie over Murgatroyd Skittle? I want to skip down because I thought that was going to be easier.
I thought it was going to be easier too.
Maybe not.
I liked Tyro Smoochie Wallace. I like Smoochie.
All right. What about the one above it then? Mouse Cop, Shower Handle.
Another hard one. See, if you would have had, Osmataz Buckshank down here, then this is no brainer.
Exactly.
I like Devoyne Shower Handle, a player formerly known as Mouse Cop. Is funny,
I think it's funny for the bit, and that's why Dan Smith was great for the bit. But again, it's not a great name for this, but it was great for the bit, for the sketch.
Do you know why Prince did that? Do you know I didn't realize this until a couple of years ago?
It's probably to protect his stuff from. It's probably to protect his stuff from someone taking money from him.
Well, he wanted to get out of his record contract, and they had the rights to the name Prince. And he's like, okay, so he just changed his name legally to a symbol, and then you can't say it, so it had to be the artist formerly known as Prince. So you know what? Rest in peace, Prince. That's a genius move on how to keep making new content. So,
all right, you know what? Let's go
back from your Uncle Nate.
Exactly. Let's go back. Let's go Smoochie Wallace. Why not?
I do like me some Smoochie Wallace.
I do like Smoochie Wallace. Then we got the hype. We got the hyphen off with Tyroyal, Smoochie Wallace, Devoyne Shower Handle, Bismo Funyuns, Cartoons Plural. What a great matchup that is. You've got Hakalukanaka against
he can do it.
The play-in game. And then McCringleberry, Quiznatod, Business. Is McCringleberry going again, or is he going to get the business from Quiznatod?
He is not going to get the business. Not this time, my friends.
All right. Yep. He goes on. All right. And then is the big Hawaiian, or you could say the Samoan, going on against either Beezer 12 Washing Beard or Squoish Velociraptor Maloish?
I love that I have the play-in going further.
I like it too. I think both those names are better than the Hawaiian one. And maybe we have just a play-in game. Maybe we have a play-in game at the Champions.
It'd be so amazing.
All right. Dave just texted me about something else, so I'm going to send it to him.
Okay. Well, I just got an answer from Aiden.
All right, there you go. He's what? Who did he say?
Velociraptor Maloish.
That makes me sad. But I will allow it. I love Beezer 12 Washing Beard.
Beezer 12 Washing Beard is hilarious.
But Squish Maloish. Moving on. All right. Aiden coming in as the hero. All right.
I would have been fine either way.
Again, I'm not like this isn't like upset like, it's Raining Men getting beaten.
It's Raining Men. Jeez, we got to hear about that again. You guys want to tune into any other episode, you can hear more about that.
Exactly. If you want to hear how it all started, go back to our second episode of the best 80s one-hit wonders here on
March Chadness.com.
All righty. So Squoish is beaten Hukalakanaka.
Hakaluka. Yes, Squish Velociraptor Maloish.
I did not have Squish Velociraptor Manoish in my final four going into this, but here we are. All right. A couple good ones. Bismo Funyuns, Cartoons Plural. Bismo Funyuns, dude, it's a number one seed for a reason.
Yes. It's funny. It's how he says it. It's how he looks. It's everything.
Yeah.
Bismo Funyuns. Let's go.
It's funny, but it also is a one that you're like, that could be a real guy's name. Bismo Funyuns could be, And then the hyphen off, the Devoyne Shower Handle, Tyroyal, Smoochie Wallace. Is it the Smooch?
I'm gonna go Smoochie. Give me a Smoochie.
Dude, the more you say Smoochie, the more you kind of just like it and wish there were more people named Smoochie.
I want a real athlete to just embrace and be like, yep, I'm taking it. I'm taking it over. I'll be Smoochie.
It's kind of like Seinfeld with Smoopy. All right. Final four. The 2 1 seeds. Hingle McCringleberry taking on Squoish Velociraptor Maloish. And then you've got Bismo Funyuns against Tyroyal Smoochie Wallace. I think the play-in winner is done here with Hingle McCringleberry. It was a great run for the Velociraptor.
But we've hit the ice age. We've hit the ice age. That is
exactly. Speaking of Velociraptor, have you ever seen the Velocipaster movie?
I'm so close to watching it every time it shows
every
up.
time I want to watch it, but I'm like,
I have seen Zombievers. I have seen some great horrible movies, and Velocipaster is one that's like, I'm gonna watch it one of these days. I know I am.
I've seen some that's one, And I want to do it just because I've seen, like, have you ever seen the one I sent you like years ago? I saw it. It was called Butt Boy. It's on Tubi, I believe. And I saw it and I read the description, and the description of it is great, but I'll find that like in a minute.
I still have not watched it. Maybe
Butt Boy is good. Hey, Bismo Funyuns, Smoochie Wallace. Is it a 1 versus 1? Does Bismo Funyuns win this thing?
I believe it does.
I think it does.
Bismo Funyuns is great.
Bismo Funyuns and Hingle McCringleberry in the finals of this. So both are great. Both should be here. Do you have a lean, like one way stronger or another?
They're both really awesome, but I think I've referenced Hinkle McCringleberry more than any of these names.
Yeah, so I think
I will lean Hingle McCringleberry.
Yeah, I think it's
so
again, great.
Hingle McCringle would be funny, but
add
a berry at the end of it.
Right. It's the goat of the names. It's like the Tom Brady quarterbacks. Like it needs to be that. All right, so Hingle McCringleberry goes on to the champions bracket. I'm going to read this because anytime I can read this, I will do it. So this is the IMDb description of the movie Butt Boy, because I remember I saw it on Tubi and I was like, what? And then I looked it up because I always will look stuff up, and I read the description. I'm like, I have to watch this movie. So here is the plot summary of the movie Butt Boy. Detective Fox loves work and alcohol. After going to AA, his sponsor Chip becomes the main suspect in his investigation of a missing kid. Fox also starts to believe that people are disappearing up Chip's butt. It was from 2019. It's an hour. It'll be one of the best hour and 39 minutes of your time. I went in going, okay, this is going to be stupid. I will probably turn it off after 20 minutes. For a movie like this, number one, the acting was not horrible. And that's the thing that will turn me off of, like, if the acting is so bad. It's not really bad. It's kind of draws you in from the get-go, and then you're just like, okay, I want to know how this ends. And then you would not think there would be a kind of cool plot twist in a movie Butt Boy, but I'm here to tell you it is. So if you have an hour and 39 minutes this week, watch it. So that was a fun one. I knew it'd be a little bit quicker. It's just so. Anything else, Nate? Like I said, it's a Sunday night. Our sweet spot is Sunday afternoon. So we're going to have to do that. I think we may have to start recording and then just dropping it there. So we had 7. Evening's just not the best for people. So I think we're going to keep trying to get that
understood. One. Everybody's got
it's just fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's, so I think it's good at 1 or 2 slots. So I appreciate those watching it. I do appreciate the one chiming in. I still like to get a third on a regular basis. So I think we may have to drag our kids in. You know what I need to do? I need to get my buddy Drew back on.
Yeah,
he's highly entertaining.
Decision Drew all day long.
I'll see if Drew wants to be the third wheel.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to have him.
Exactly. I would probably be the third wheel on that one. So hey, anything else, Nate? I mean, it's kind of, this is it. This is the show. I appreciate you guys all watching. If you watch this after the live feed, make sure you do like it. Subscribe to FanstreamSports.com, the YouTube channel, Fanstream Sports Ohio.
The commissioners of any of the 4 sports, we fixed everything in this episode.
We fixed it all.
So just send it their way, and you can thank us later.
Exactly. All right, that was the show. We are your hosts. Appreciate it. We will be back next week with another useless bracket that nobody asks for. Nate, always great talking to you. We will see you next week.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
It's March Chadness. They'll cure your sadness.